Let's take 3 more breaths. And then use your next inhale to reach those arms wide, then all the way overhead and lift your gaze, opening those eyes. And then on your exhale, lower those arms down by your side, lowering the gaze. And then again, inhale and lifting those arms and looking up, maybe those palms touch. Exhale, lowering those arms, lowering the gaze. And again, inhale as you lift. And exhale to lower. And now with your next inhale, let's lift those arms overhead. And then on your exhale, interlace your fingers and then turn your palms towards the ceiling. Let's take a full breath in here. And then on your exhale, bend your elbows. Your palms are still pushing up towards the ceiling, but now your elbows are pulling in opposite direction. Notice anything happening in that upper back. Take another breath in. Breath out, draw the belly towards the spine. And then as you inhale, push those palms away. And again, straightening those elbows. And on your exhale, lower your right hand down by your side and then come into a side stretch. Use your inhale to bring yourself back through center. And on your exhale, side stretch to the other side. Inhale back through center. And now let's find the awkward interlace of those fingers. Turn the palms towards the ceiling. And now here, press the palms away so you're straightening those elbows. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, bend those elbows so your fingers are still hooked here. And then those elbows are pulling in opposite direction. Take another breath. And then use your inhale to push the palms away. And on your exhale, left arm down by your side and side stretch. Inhale back through center. Exhale other side. Inhale center. And on your exhale, lower those arms down. And now if you were sitting cross-legged, switch your legs, opposite leg on top or in front. Once again, find your seat. And then use your next inhale to reach those arms out in front of you. Okay, so we're just going to play with those shoulder blades a bit. And I'll just come sideways for a moment. So fingers are going to be reaching away from you. Palms are facing one another. And then you've got your shoulder blades in a neutral position, shoulders down. And then with your next inhale, we're just going to reach forward with those right fingers. And we're going to let that right shoulder blade slide forward. So nothing else changes. Okay, it's just that shoulder blade. And then draw that shoulder blade back and even further back. So your right fingers might draw a little closer than your left. And then do that again. Inhale as you reach forward, that right shoulder blade slides out and forward. And then exhale, pull it back. One more time like that. Right fingers reach forward, inhale. And exhale, draw them back. And now let's switch. Left fingers forward, same idea here. Exhale and draw them back. And then again, inhale and reach. Exhale and draw them back. One more time, inhale, reach. And exhale back. And now bring those shoulder blades again, neutral. With your next inhale, reach those arms out into a T. And then on your exhale, your right arm is going to cross in front of your chest. Your left hand is coming to the right forearm. And then let's bend that right elbow and bring the hand. You might bring it all the way to the middle or the space between your shoulder blades. And then use your left hand to draw that elbow in. Take a breath. See if you can lower that right shoulder away from your ear. Another full breath in. Full breath out. And then as you inhale, open up those arms once again, and we'll switch sides. So that left arm comes across. Your right hand is going to draw that arm in, and then let's bend that elbow and bring the hand to the space, maybe between those shoulder blades. And if the same happens to you as happens to me, I tend to lift my left shoulder. So I'm going to work on dropping it down away from my ear. Take another breath. And one more breath in. You're still lifting the spine, lengthening through the top of the head. And then as you inhale, open up those arms again out into a T, and then palms down and lower those arms down by your side. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and now bring them to the back of your neck. Inhale, open up those elbows, lean the head into your hands, and then on your exhale, cross your right elbow over to your left knee or thigh. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, center. One more time, each side. Exhale. And inhale. And other side. And now as you inhale, come back through center. Release those hands, reach them up. And on your exhale, lower those hands in front of you and come into a forward fold. So walk your fingers forward. Sink your sit bones down. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And now inhale, walk your hands to the right. And see if you can cross your left hand over the right hand. Press the left sit bone down. Breath in. And breath out. Come back through center, walking those fingers, and now all the way to your left, and your right hand can cross over that left hand. Sink that right sit bone down, and now use your breath to find even more space in the right side of the body. Inhale as your fingers walk back through center, and then walk them towards you. Lifting that spine, and now resting your hands on your thighs. Take an inhale and lift your shoulders up by your ears, and then on your exhale just lower your left shoulder down. And now inhale, left shoulder lifts, and exhale, right shoulder lowers. Inhale, lift, and one more time each side. Exhale, notice that I'm isolating the movement to the shoulder. Inhale, and right shoulder lowers. And now on your inhale, both shoulders lift and keep them lifted for your exhale. So using that lower belly here. Now take another breath in. You might be able to lift those shoulders just a little bit more. And then on your exhale, release them totally down. Turn your palms up. And let's take 3 cycles of breath, noticing anything that you might notice. Neck and shoulders maybe. But then maybe also other sensations in other parts of the body right now. And now with your next inhale, reaching those arms up. And on your exhale, hands come in front of you, and we'll make our way into table pose. Once you get to table pose, move a little bit. So situate those knees, and then you could walk on your knees. So lifting and lowering one knee at a time. Maybe shifting the hips a bit from side to side. And then you might even add your hands. So opposite hand and knee can lift. Let's do that a couple more times. And then eventually we'll meet back with both knees planted, shins planted, and make a point of planting the tops of your feet. Okay, and if that's not comfortable, you can always tuck your toes. But if you can get that stretch through the tops of the feet, that's a good one because it's not a usual thing that we do. And then spread those fingers, so a good base through the whole hand, not only the base of your hand. And from here, let's find our cats and cows. So chest comes forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, and we round the spine. And as you go through these cows and cats, notice what your body is needing more. More of the flexion of the spine, so some space in the back body, or more of that arching of the back, so some openness in the front of the body. As you go into those cow poses, it's also a good thing for those hamstrings, especially the hamstring to sit bone attachment. So if you find your cow pose and you spread and lift those sit bones, you'll get that little bit of stretch through that area. And let's go through one more of each. And then we'll meet with a neutral spine. And with the next inhale, we're going to lift that right knee out to the side. And we're going to find some circles with that right knee. Okay, so the knee stays bent. You can also flex at your ankle. So there's a bit of stability through that ankle too. And then switch direction. And then with your next inhale, come back through center. So we're lifting that knee all the way out to the side. We're keeping the knee bent. Take a full breath in here. And then on your exhale, straighten that leg out. And then inhale and bend. Exhale and straighten. So when you straighten, there's some action happening. You're pushing the heel away one more time. Exhale and straighten. And now let's bend that knee. And let's return that knee to the mat. Exhale. With your next inhale, that left knee is going to open. And we're going to find those circles with this side. Noticing differences between hips. Not holding your breath here, switching direction. And then with your next inhale, let's come back, lifting that knee, keeping that bend for now. Take a breath in. Exhale, straightening that leg out. And then inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And now on your inhale, bend that knee. And let's lower that knee to the mat. Exhale. So you might be feeling it in those outer hips now. Okay, quite a bit of work for that area. So let's take a breath in. And then on the exhale, let's drop the hips to the left, or to the right actually, and let's look to the left heel. See if you can find a bit of space in the outer right hip as you do this. And then bring yourself back through center. And now drop your hips to the left and look over to the right. And bring yourself through center. On your inhale, find your cow pose. And now as you exhale, tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. And now in your down dog, lift your heels as high as you can. And on your exhale, lower those heels. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. See if you can feel that stretch through your calves. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, come out into plank pose. And on your exhale, move back into downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And downward facing dog. Exhale. With your next inhale, walk your hands towards your feet. And then as you exhale, fold. Grab opposite elbows, take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more like that. See if we can lift those sit bones just a little higher. Another breath in. And then as you inhale, release those elbows and slowly 1 vertebra at a time, make your way up to stand. And then give your shoulders a roll as you come to stand. Bring them up by your ears and then release them down the back. Turn your palms forward. Shoulders down. Find some action here in your legs. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. So see if you can feel strong and stable through those legs, as if you were trying to push the floor away. And now use your next inhale to reach your arms up. And as you exhale, right arm down by your side, and then reach up and over with your left. Come back through center, inhale, and to your other side, exhale. And back through center, inhale. And now bring those hands behind you, interlace them, open up your chest, inhale. And on your exhale, fold forward, keeping hands at the lower back, lift them up, or bring them overhead. Release those hands halfway, lift, inhale, and fold forward, exhale. On your inhale, walk your hands forward, coming into plank pose. And as you exhale, find a bend in your elbows. Inhale, straighten those elbows. And exhale, now lower your knees and come all the way into child's pose with your arms by your side with the palms facing up. Take a breath in and breath out. With your next inhale, hands come forward, coming back into plank. As you exhale, bend those elbows. Inhale, straighten those elbows. Exhale, lower your knees, come back into your child's pose, arms by your side, palms face up, breath in, breath out. One more like that. Inhale, hands forward, coming all the way out into your plank. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, knees lower, all the way into your child's pose, arms by your side. Pause here, 3 breaths. With your next inhale, bring those hands in front of you, and this time find your table pose. Right arm is going to come out to the side and then up towards the ceiling on the inhale. And then on your exhale, thread that arm, reach to the left. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. And now inhale, open. Return to table, exhale. Left side, same idea. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now open, inhale. Coming back to table, exhale. Okay, so we're going to now combine the opening of the hip with the opposite arm. Okay, so with your next inhale, your right knee opens, just like we did before. And you might stay here. Or with your next inhale, your left arm comes out into a T. And then you could stay here. Or with your next exhale, you might straighten your right leg. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. And now on your exhale, return that left hand down and then send your right leg all the way back and cross it over to the left side. And pause here, take a breath in. On your exhale, turn your gaze towards that right heel. Breath in and breath out. And then return your gaze through center. We've still got that right foot behind us or crossed over. We're going to bend that right knee and then we're going to send the hips back towards the heels. And just take 3 cycles of breath. And you're going back any amount. So it doesn't have to, those sit bones don't have to be all the way down to the floor by any means. And then use your next inhale to come back up. Lift that right leg out behind you. And on your exhale, lower that knee to the mat. Coming back to your table pose. Let's take an inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round your spine. Maybe come onto your fingertips for an extra breath in. And breath out. And then returning to our table pose, palms are planted, neutral spine, and we're going to go for the opposite side. So as you are ready, your left knee opens to the left. Okay? We're keeping the knee bent. And then you could stay, perfect place to stay at and work at, or you might bring your right arm out into a T, so palm facing down. You could stay here, or with some action, exhale and push that left foot out, so you're straightening that left knee. Notice differences between sides, breath in, breath out. And another breath in. On your exhale, your right hand lowers, and then we're going to send that left leg back, and we're crossing it over to the right. Breathe here. And then maybe your gaze goes over towards that left heel. And now returning the gaze through center, and now bending that left knee and sending those sit bones back towards the heels. And there are differences between sides, definitely. So again, work with those. 3 breaths. And now use your inhale to bring yourself back up. We'll lengthen that left leg out, and then we'll return to table pose on the exhale. Inhale, bring that chest forward, gaze up. On your exhale, round your spine, and again, come onto those fingertips. Get that extra stretch for your upper back. Chin towards the chest, take an extra breath. And now coming back onto those palms, tucking those toes, and downward facing dog. And just a nice place to check in with that neck. So let's inhale at center. And then let's exhale to look towards the right armpit. And then inhale back through center. And exhale to look to the left. And inhale, center. And now look towards your right elbow. And center. And towards your left. And now back through center. And maybe you look all the way to your fingers. And through center. And now really tuck that chin and look towards your belly button. And now back through center, and use your next inhale to walk your feet to your hands, and we'll meet in a forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows and just taking a moment to release anything that happened before this moment. So whether it's physical tension and effort, or stories, thoughts, dialogue, can you return to the here and the now? So maybe feeling your feet on your mat, or feeling the air around you. Just noticing any sensations in the backs of the legs, or any sensations in other parts of the body. And one more breath in. And breath out. Now let's release those elbows and let's slowly make our way up to stand. And just gentle as you come up to stand. Give your shoulders a roll. Turn those palms forward. And just take a moment. And another breath in. And breath out. And now on your inhale, opening those eyes if they were closed, reaching those arms overhead. Exhale, coming into a side stretch. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, meeting in table pose. And now from here, reaching that right leg out behind us, inhale. And then on your exhale, draw that knee into your chest. Inhale and lengthen. And now bring that right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. And now knee to the left elbow. Now inhale, lengthen. And let's move into a modified side plank, pivoting on the left knee, reaching that right leg out, reaching that right arm up towards the ceiling. Okay. And let's pause here. You could bring that right hand to your hip or to your waist. You could keep your right leg lifted and pulsate the leg here. Or you could do inhale to lift, exhale to tap the floor. And again, inhale to lift, exhale, tap. Inhale, lift, exhale. And one more, inhale, lift. And now on your exhale, lower, and then plant the whole foot. So see if you can point those toes forward, and you press through the outer edge of that right foot. With your next inhale, right arm reaches up, and we're just going to bring it by the ear, reach forward, palm facing down. Full breath in, and full breath out. And one more breath in. And now on your exhale, see if you can bring those right fingers over towards that left hand. Okay, so you're turning your gaze to your left hand. Okay, so see if you can feel a bit of a different stretch through the right side of your waist. And then on your inhale, open up again, reach it towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, again, the right hand comes over towards the left. Inhale, open. And you could do it with your gaze too. Exhale, gaze follows to look at your left hand. And then on your inhale, as you open, gaze follows and you look up towards that right hand and the ceiling. And then with your next inhale, imagine being pulled through those right fingers, and we're going to rise the torso. That right hand is going to come all the way to the right side, right leg, and the left arm is going to reach over. With your next inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left hand lowers and reach over. And maybe again, right hand towards that left hand. Inhale and open. And now on your exhale, right hand to that right thigh, and the left hand is also going to come over towards that right hand. Okay, so we're doing this now for the left side. Let's do that again. Back through center. Exhale, left hand lowers, right hand goes towards that left hand. Inhale, back through center. Right hand towards that right leg, and then your left hand can come over. And let's meet back at center. Inhale, arms lift. And then on your exhale, lower the left hand. And then your right hand is going to lower shoulder width. And we're coming back into our table pose. Okay, so notice any sensations in the side body. And again, shift your hips from side to side. Maybe you're making some circles with those hips. So not only from side to side, but also sending them forward and back. And then you could do this in the opposite direction. And then let's meet back at center. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And it was quite a long sequence, so there are chances that I might, skip something or do something. So if you notice that and you know what I missed or what I switched and you want to do it your own way, feel free to. So as you are ready, that left leg is going to rise. And then on your exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Knee to the outside of that left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen, and we're finding our modified side plank now towards the left. So find your place, and then you could pause here. Maybe that left hand comes to your waist, and you're finding those pulsations to find some action in that outer hip. And then again, it could be inhale to lift, exhale to lower all the way to the floor. And then again, lift and lower and lift and lower. And one more time, lift. And then on your exhale, lower. And see if you can bring the whole sole of the foot onto the mat here. So you're pressing through the outer edge of that left foot. And then that left arm can come back up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, bring it all the way by your ear. So palm is facing down. Those fingers are reaching away from that left foot. Breath in. And breath out. And another breath in. And then on your exhale, see if you can bring that left hand over towards the right hand. So down, gaze towards those right fingers. And then as you inhale, open up and left arm can reach up, gaze can lift. Exhale and lower. And again, inhale and open. Exhale and lower. One more time, inhale and exhale. And now as you inhale and that left arm reaches up, reach through those fingers and see if you can rise all the way up, both arms lift. And then your left hand is going to come to the outside of that left leg and reach over with the right. Pause for a moment, breath in. And breath out. And then we'll move back and forth a bit. So inhale, come through center. Exhale, right hand down, reach over. Inhale, back through center. Left hand to your left leg and go over. Now inhale through center. And now as your right hand lowers, maybe your left hand comes over also towards that right hand. And then as you inhale, you open, you come back up, left hand towards that left leg. So first you want to find this stretch, and then you want to lower that hand over to the left. Okay. Inhale and open, and again, center. Exhale, right hand lowers. You get first that stretch through the side, and then you lower the hand towards that right hand. And again, inhale, exhale. And one more time each side. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And now as you inhale, let's come back through center. We'll lower that right hand, and now we'll lower the left hand shoulder width, and we'll come back into our table pose. Taking a moment again to shift those hips from side to side, to add in here some cat poses, so a little bit of rounding also towards the ceiling as you shift your hips from side to side. Okay, so because we want to make a bit more space in that side body, especially like the side of the lower back, rounding here and then sending the hips from side to side might feel a little extra good. One more breath. And then let's find a neutral spine. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Open up those knees and let's come all the way into a child's pose. Your arms can be in front of you, and if so, you might bring the palms together, thumbs point up, and you might bring those thumbs to the back of your neck. And we'll stay for about 5 breaths. And then if you had your hands behind your neck, let's bring them forward. And now let's walk those fingers back towards us as we lift that spine. And let's make our way into a seat. Bring those legs in front of you. And then once you've found your seat, bring those feet a little wider, knees wide too. And then bring those hands to the insides of your feet, of your legs. And just walk those hands forward as much as you can, as if you were trying to claw on your mat. And don't get stuck on how far you go. Tune in and see how it feels. And see if you can feel some space or some stretch in that back body. And 3 breaths. And then walk those fingers back towards you. And we're going to make our way down onto our back. So you could bring those feet hip width, plant those toes, bring those arms in front of you and do what we did before with the shoulder blades. So send them towards one another. Imagine you reaching those shoulder blades back and close together. And then from here, breath in. Exhale to come halfway. Another breath. And exhale to lower all the way down to your mat. And once you're down on the mat, let's bring those feet a little closer to the sit bones. Bring those arms by your side. And some gentle bridge poses, so not too much effort here, just a little massage for that back body. So on your inhale, just lifting those hips. Getting also a stretch through the fronts of the legs and hips. Exhale and lowering. And then again, inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. And inhale and lift. And exhale to lower. And let's use the next inhale to bring that right knee in towards the chest. And we'll go for a figure 4. So we'll cross that right ankle just over the left thigh. And here you could stay with that left foot planted, or you could draw that left knee in. You could also push that right knee away. And see if you can do this, keeping as much of that back body on the ground as possible. And now here, just an option. You could slide that right thigh over the left, And then some of you might tuck the toes into eagle legs, but not a requirement. And then let's just drop those knees towards the left. So you're coming into a twist, but your legs are intertwined. And then you might open your right arm out into a T. And breathe in. And breathe out. And let's inhale to bring those knees back through center. And then unwind those legs and let's work on figure 4 on the other side. So again, your right foot might be planted and then cross your left ankle just over that right thigh. Or you might bring that right thigh in and just resist a bit by pushing the left knee away. A time in the practice now that you can emphasize some of the releasing aspects of the exhale or relaxing aspects. And then again, as an option, you could slide that left thigh over, finding your eagle legs or partial eagle legs, and then dropping your knees to the right. Coming into a twist, and then you could open your left arm out into a T. And then as you inhale, return through center. And we'll make our way into Shavasana. So if there are any other movements that your body is calling for, just follow those for a few breaths. Whether that's rocking from side to side or front to back. Sometimes too, like lifting those legs up towards the ceiling, rotating ankles. Maybe you lift those arms also towards the ceiling and rotate your wrists. And then eventually allow your body to just get heavy towards the mat. And we're letting go of the doing and we're embracing the being a little bit more for these last moments of practice. So as you arrive, you might take a breath in and then let that exhale drop out of the mouth, maybe with a sound. And as that exhale drops, the body drops into the mat a little further. And the visual of the body kind of sinking in, being surrounded by the earth, kind of cuddled in, might feel good. Might allow you to release a little further. And you might feel a little bit more protected and held. And that might allow a little further ease and letting go. Your attention might be able to just rest, or it might get pulled in different directions. So if that feels easy and okay, then just go with it. But if it feels not very relaxing, you might then guide your attention around the body, as if you were scanning the body and noticing. And you might do it in a systematic way, from feet all the way up to head, as a way of just checking in and keeping your attention calm and focused. Now let's just notice where that attention is at. Was there a thought happening, a sound catching that attention, a sensation in the body, a story? And then as you notice that, gently draw your attention back to your breath, the constant in your body. And then add a little bit more intention to that breath, so you might breathe a little deeper. And then with that breath, guide some gentle movement back into your fingers, into your toes, your ankles, wrists. Maybe the neck moves too. Maybe you reach those arms overhead and you get a stretch from fingers all the way to toes. And then let's come on to one side, knees towards the chest, arms supporting the head, and let's take a pause. A breath in. And maybe an open mouth exhale. And then let's make our way up. We'll meet together in a comfortable seat. You can unmute if you wish. Rest hands at your heart. And let's acknowledge the practice itself. And then let's acknowledge ourselves for today practicing. We'll acknowledge those who practiced with us. And we'll acknowledge all those that in one way or another made it possible. And we'll end with a word that means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.